Hey, class of sports and society. This is Eugene Trey Wimby, and my project was about why Finland loves sports. So, Finland, a country in Europe, is neighbored by Sweden and Russia, as you can see here in the picture, and has a lot of great sports history, and I'll be telling you a lot about that in my presentation today. We'll be going over the demographics of Finland, um, some of their Olympic achievements, their international and national sports, and also some of the great sports stories and athletes that come from Finland. So let's get started. All right, like I said, we're going to be talking about the demographic of Finland. So Finland has a population of 5,268,799 as of July 2014. The age structure varies very much so. From 0 to 14, they have close to 16%, 15 to 24, 12%, 25, 50 to 54, 38%, 55 to 64, 14%, and 65 years or older, 19.8%. Showing that it really varies a lot in Finland. You have a lot of older people and in that middle age group of 25 to 54, as you can see. And on the right shows a graph of the ethnicity percentage of Finland. Mostly European. You do have a little bit of Asian with 19%, almost 20% there. Some Africans and North and South Americans, and slight Oceania and other unknown. Continuing with the demographics, when it comes down to religion in Finland, 78% are Lutheran, and then the next percentage is really none at that 19.2, as you can see. But they do have some Orthodox and other Christians there also. When it comes down to where the people actually live, you see that there are more people in the urban city area with 84% than there are in the rural area, which means like the countryside and things like that with that 16% there. Also, on the right, it'll show you with the graph of the languages spoken in Finland. Mostly Finnish, but you do also have some Swedish and others spoken there in Finland. Now we're actually going to jump into the sports side of Finland and talk about the Olympic achievements that they have. So, as I was researching, I saw that in the Olympics, Finland has won 458 medals in 45 Olympic Games. Out of those medals, 142 were gold medals, 143 were silver medals, and 173 were bronze medals. That is an amazing amount of medals that they have won there. And under that, you can see that the total medals for the summer is 302, and the total medals for winter is 156. So before I go into how many gold, silver, and bronze there were in those two different types of Olympics, I do want to say that it is relatively common for countries to win more during the summer than the winter. But actually, in Finland, they do take to the Winter Olympics a lot. And I'll be explaining that in the rest of the presentation. But in the Summer Olympics, 101 were gold medals, 84 were silver medals, and 117 were bronze medals. In the Winter Olympics, you have 41 gold, 59 silver, and 56 bronze. And on the right, you can see that there is the national soccer team for Finland. As I was talking about before, the international and national pastimes of Finland can vary, but I wanted to talk about how, you know, they really take to and love their national teams, which would make that the international jump when it comes down to the Olympics and also the World Cup. So they really support the soccer team and the hockey team in those World Cups and the Winter Games. And they also support many people that do things like skiing and ice skating in the Winter Games. But I also wanted to talk about some of the national pastimes that many people might not know about Finland. Things like rally car racing, as you can see on the right, with the rally car race in Finland. They're actually very known for a lot of races in Finland, and the sport really took upswing in that part of Europe. Now, one thing that really got me was also the wife carrying races that they have, and I'll be talking about that a little bit more later. Other things like cross country and downhill skiing, which is also in the Winter Games, and Formula One racing. So now we're going to talk about the wife carrying racing. Wife carrying is a very interesting sport, and it really caught my attention when I started researching about Finland. Wife carrying is a sport where a man carries a woman, not who is not necessarily his wife, in a race through obstacles. As you can see on the right, they run from things just on grass and mud puddles and pools, and have to race each other, and it's very intriguing. They have different types of ways you can carry the woman, but as you see in the picture there, that is the most common way of carrying the woman during the race. And it's not just the fact that the man has to have all the strength and it's just
11 o'clock.
One man thing, but uh, the woman is just, she has a lot to do with the race too, because of the fact that the more they work together, the better that they can be. The winnings of the race can range from anything from money or a supply of beer that weighs as much as the man carried. So many in the beginning it was just the beer, but now they've gotten a lot of things added on to like increase the amount of people that come out and watch and also enjoy and spectate the wife racing. Now I'm going to talk about one Finnish athlete that had some success, but then also had an incident, and then a Finnish hockey player that actually plays in the NHL. So first, let's talk about Tero Christian Pitkänen. So he is a Finnish javelin thrower and a former world champion. He actually won 4 Finnish championships in a row, and he has also won a Olympic medal. But what I was talking about before, in July 2007, he accidentally hit a long jumper in the back at the Golden League meet in Rome. So in Rome, as Tero was practicing, he hit Salim Sidiri of France and hit him in the back and actually injured him. In this, it left him with one kidney and caused him to lose 15 pounds of muscle mass, which prevented him from training until that December. Sidiri has no remorse for showing how much that he dislikes and just has utmost hate of Tero because of the fact that he did this to him. But at the same time, Tero went and through that year and won his first world championship in August. and wasn't affected by the accident. Now, I'm going to talk to you about a NHL player that came from Finland. So Teemu Selanne, nicknamed the Finnish Flash, is a professional ice hockey winger for the Anaheim Ducks now in the NHL. Before he actually got to the NHL, he led the SM Liga in scoring in 1991 and 92. And then when he broke onto the scene of the NHL, he managed to score 76 goals in the 92-93 season, which remains the record of goals scored by a rookie. And he also won the Calder Memorial Trophy. He is one of the highest scoring players in the NHL history with nearly 700 goals and has over 1,400 points during his career. So, with that, I just want to say thank you for paying attention and listening to my presentation, and go Finland.